Heartland is in trouble. The farm that has always been a place of hope, love, and family is facing a crisis like never before. Bills are piling up, expenses are skyrocketing, and now, the most heartbreaking news hits. Jack's treatment might be stopped. Can the family find a way to keep the farm alive and save their little boy? Or is this the darkest moment Heartland has ever faced? The morning sun rises over Heartland, casting a warm glow over the fields, but inside the house, the warmth fades. Amy sits at the kitchen table, surrounded by stacks of bills, her hands shaking as she flips through each one. The numbers don't make sense, and the total seems impossible. The ranch has always been self-sufficient, with hard work and love, keeping it alive, but now it feels like everything is slipping through their fingers. Ty stands beside her, trying to reassure her, but his furrowed brow betrays his worry. Their eyes meet, and for a moment, neither knows what to say. The problem is clear. The cost of Jack's treatment has become overwhelming. The specialized care he needs, the frequent visits, the medication, all of it adds up faster than anyone expected. Even with the family's savings, it isn't enough. The camera pans over the ranch, the horses grazing quietly, unaware of the storm inside the house. The farm that has always been a symbol of hope now feels fragile, like it could crumble at any moment. Amy's voice, calm but breaking, explains that unless they find a solution soon, Jack's treatment might have to stop. The words hang in the air, heavy and unbearable. Tim enters the room, holding a letter from the vet. His usually steady hands tremble slightly as he reads it aloud. The letter states that without immediate payment, the next round of treatment cannot proceed. A hush falls over the family. Even the walls of Heartland, which have heard laughter and tears for years, seem to hold their breath. Jack, sensing the tension, clings to Amy, his little face worried. Amy hugs him tight, forcing a smile she doesn't feel. Every parent knows that moment, the one where you wish you could take all the pain for your child. As the family gathers around, the reality sinks in. Heartland isn't just a farm, it's a way of life, a place of love and memories. But love alone can't pay bills. The ranch needs money to survive, and Jack needs treatment to live fully. The stakes are clear, and the emotional weight is crushing. Every decision feels impossible. Amy looks at Ty, then at Tim, and whispers, "What do we do now?" The question isn't just about money, it's about hope, about holding their family together, and about fighting against a problem that seems bigger than anything they have faced before. The tension lingers as the camera shows Jack playing quietly in the background, unaware of the storm around him. The audience feels it too, the dread, the fear, and the urgency. This isn't just a financial problem. It's a test of the family's strength, love, and resilience. Heartland has faced storms before, but this one cuts deeper. The family must find a way, or the very heart of their world, their home, their farm, and their little boy's future could be lost forever. The sun dips low over Heartland, painting the sky in soft shades of orange, but inside the farmhouse, there is no warmth. The financial crisis has turned the familiar rooms into spaces of quiet dread. Amy walks slowly through the hallway, her fingers tracing the edges of family photos as if searching for answers, and the smiles frozen in time. Each step echoes her worry. Jack's laughter, usually a sound of joy, now feels distant, almost fragile. Ty watches her from the doorway, his jaw tight, silently carrying the weight of helplessness. Words seem meaningless here. The reality of losing control, even for a moment, presses down on them like the heavy winter sky. Jack notices the tension. His small hands reach for Amy's as she sits on the couch, trying to mask her anxiety. "Will I still get my medicine?" he asks softly, his innocent eyes searching for reassurance. Amy pulls him close, fighting the sting of tears. "We'll figure it out, sweetie," she whispers, but even she knows the uncertainty. The camera lingers on this moment, highlighting the heartbreaking truth. A child's well-being is balanced on the edge of a financial cliff. For the viewers, the scene feels personal, intimate, like stepping into the family's private fear. Meanwhile, Tim and Ty sit at the kitchen table, stacks of unpaid bills and letters from the vet spread before them. The usually calm and practical Tim runs a hand through his hair, frustration mixing with concern. "We've always managed before," he says, voice strained. "But this feels different." Ty leans back, staring out the window at the fields that have been their lifeline, wondering how they will survive if the farm and Jack's treatment are threatened at the same time. It's a silent acknowledgement that this problem isn't just financial, it's emotional, and it's testing the core of their family bond. Outside, the horses graze unaware of the storm inside. The camera cuts to a wide shot of the ranch, emphasizing how small the family seems against the vastness of their worries. The silence is heavy, broken only by Jack's occasional soft laughter, reminding everyone what is truly at stake. Amy's inner monologue reflects the raw emotion: fear of failure, guilt for feeling powerless, and a desperate hope that a miracle will appear. The audience feels the tension, the looming heartbreak, and the fragile line between despair and hope. At night, the farmhouse is quiet, but the tension hasn't lifted. Amy tucks Jack into bed, lingering to watch him sleep. Ty leans against the doorway, silent, knowing that words cannot fix this. They are united by love, but the weight of uncertainty is suffocating. The narration reflects on Heartland's long history of challenges and triumphs, emphasizing that even the strongest families face moments that shake them to the core. The camera fades to the ranch at night, the fields dark and quiet, mirroring the emotional darkness within the walls of the home. Viewers are left holding their breath, wondering if the family will find a way, or if Jack's treatment and their world might be halted forever. The next morning at Heartland, the ranch awakens to the soft sound of wind through the fields. But inside the farmhouse, urgency hums in every corner. Amy and Ty sit side by side at the kitchen table, a blank notebook open before them. Every page is filled with scribbled ideas, some crossed out, others have formed a chaotic map of hope. They brainstorm feverishly, each suggestion more desperate than the last. A local fundraiser, a bake sale, reaching out to old friends, even considering taking on extra work at the ranch. Nothing feels guaranteed, and the weight of uncertainty presses down on them like the heavy winter clouds outside. Amy's hands tremble as she writes a list of possibilities. "If we don't figure this out soon, Jack's treatment, it might stop," she says, her voice barely above a whisper. Ty looks up at her, his usual calm resolve shaken, but his eyes hold a flicker of determination. He reminds her, "We've faced impossible before. We'll find a way." The camera pans to Jack, playing quietly with his toy horses, blissfully unaware that his future hinges on the adults around him. This contrast between innocence and looming crisis makes the stakes feel raw and real for viewers. The family tries several ideas, each met with obstacles. A small fundraiser brings in only a fraction of what's needed. A horse show fundraiser is rained out, leaving them disheartened. Even offers for help from friends come with delays or complications. Each failure chips away at their confidence, but not their resolve. The narration highlights the tension. The family is fighting against a clock, against mounting bills, and against the fear of letting Jack down. Their love for him fuels their determination, even as exhaustion threatens to take over. Desperation leads to creativity. Ty suggests a virtual auction of Heartland memorabilia, something the local community can participate in. Amy reaches out to past neighbors, friends from the town, and even social media followers in the fanfiction universe, hoping that their stories of Heartland's heart and legacy can inspire generosity. Tim works tirelessly on the ranch, cutting costs wherever possible, trying to stretch every dollar. These moments are filled with suspense. Viewers feel the uncertainty in every step, every email sent, every phone call made. The narration emphasizes that hope is fragile, but sometimes it grows in the smallest, most unexpected ways. The emotional tension peaks as they finally gather at the table one evening, exhausted, wondering if it's all enough. Amy's inner thoughts reveal her fear. What if we can't do it? What if Jack's treatment stops? Ty's hand finds hers across the table, a silent promise of unwavering support. The camera zooms out to show the family together, small yet united, framed against the dimly lit kitchen, a symbol of resilience against overwhelming odds. The audience is left with a mix of suspense and hope. eager to see if the next step will bring relief or heartbreak. Just when it seems like a glimmer of hope is emerging, Heartland faces a shock that nobody saw coming. Amy and Ty sit in the living room, exhausted but cautiously optimistic, reviewing the results of their recent efforts to fundraiser, the virtual auction, and small donations trickling in from the community. For a moment, it seems like they might make it. Then, a letter arrives that sends a chill through the house. The specialized clinic informs them that due to a sudden administrative error, Jack's next treatment is delayed indefinitely. Payments were lost in the system, and the insurance adjustment they were counting on has been reversed. The camera lingers on Amy's face, the expression caught between disbelief, fear, and anger. She slumps into a chair, her hands gripping the sides as if holding herself together. Ty crouches next to her, his jaw tight, trying to control the frustration that bubbles beneath the surface. The audience feels the weight of every heartbeat. Every second Jack goes without treatment increases the tension. This isn't just a minor setback. It's a threat to the very thing they have been working to save, and it comes from an unexpected, uncontrollable source. The family scrambles to make sense of the situation. Tim calls the clinic repeatedly, hoping for a solution, but every phone call leads to more frustration. Even the generous community pledges seem paused, delayed by red tape and miscommunication. The camera cuts between Jack playing quietly, oblivious, and the adults' panicked faces, showing the stark contrast between innocence and the looming danger. Narration highlights the cruelty of timing. Just when hope appears, reality strikes harder, forcing the family to confront the possibility of failure. Emotions spill over. Amy paces the living room, her voice breaking as she whispers to Ty, "We've done everything we could. Why isn't it enough?" Ty, usually steady, feels the strain of helplessness. Even as he tries to reassure Amy, the fear in his eyes mirrors the audience's anxiety. The ranch, the family, and Jack's well-being all hang by a thread. Every failed attempt, every misstep, and every delay makes the stakes higher than ever before. The narration emphasizes Heartland's recurring theme. Life isn't just about what you control, it's about how you respond when the world throws you curveballs. By the end of this section, the tension is at its peak. The family has fought tirelessly, only to be met with a twist they could not anticipate. Jack's treatment is on hold. The bills remain unpaid, and hope feels dangerously fragile. The camera pans over the dimly lit ranch at night, the wind rustling through the trees, echoing the uncertainty that blankets the household. Viewers are left at the edge of their seats, desperate to see if Heartland will survive this storm or if the darkness might finally win. Just when despair seems unbearable, Heartland's true strength begins to shine. Early one morning, Amy is staring out at the fields, the weight of worry heavy on her shoulders, when a small envelope slides under the door. Inside is a note from a neighbor offering to help organize an emergency fundraiser. At the same time, messages begin pouring in from friends and former clients of the ranch, people who remember the countless times Heartland helped them, now returning the favor. It's a spark of hope, fragile but undeniable, igniting a fire of determination in Amy and Ty. The family springs into action, each member finding a way to contribute. Ty works tirelessly to prepare the horses for a surprise charity ride, coordinating with the town even as snow threatens to fall. Amy bakes late into the night, packaging goods for a community sale and creating heartfelt letters to send with donations. Tim scrambles to gather resources from the farm, offering fresh produce, handcrafted items, and anything that might draw support. Every effort is met with small victories. Donations arrive, neighbors volunteer, and the local community shows up in ways the family never anticipated. The tension is still there, but hope begins to weave through the anxiety like sunlight piercing clouds. Jack senses the shift too. His laughter begins to return as he helps Amy pack small parcels, holding little notes to send to supporters. Even in his innocence, the viewers feel the significance. The heart of Heartland is alive, and the family's fight is not theirs alone. Narration emphasizes the power of unity, how love, loyalty, and shared struggle can create miracles. The camera pans over the growing crowd at the fundraiser. Neighbors, old friends, and even distant supporters coming together prove that Heartland isn't just a farm, it's a family, extending far beyond the house walls. But the drama isn't gone yet. Just as donations seem enough to cover Jack's treatment, a last-minute challenge emerges. A miscounted payment threatens to undo the progress. For a tense moment, it seems like the storm will not pass. Amy, exhausted and worried, closes her eyes, willing a solution to appear. And then, quietly, the community steps forward. Someone covers the missing amount, another offers transport for Jack's treatment, and the collective effort fills the gap. The narration highlights that while life can be unpredictable and cruel, resilience is contagious, and the people of Heartland prove that no challenge is too great when love and determination guide every action. By nightfall, the ranch is alive with warmth and light. The fundraiser has succeeded beyond expectations. Jack's treatment is secure, and the family, though tired, shares a quiet sense of triumph. Amy hugs Jack tightly, whispering promises of better days, while Ty and Tim stand side by side, watching the stars above Heartland, knowing that even the darkest moments can be overcome with unity. The camera lingers on the illuminated farmhouse, horses in the distance, and the rolling fields, a symbol of hope, endurance, and the unbreakable spirit of Heartland. The audience feels relief, joy, and the emotional payoff of a story that tested the family to their limits, but proved the power of love and community. Night falls over Heartland, and the ranch is quiet now, but the energy of the day lingers in the air. The house glows warmly, a beacon against the cold darkness outside, reflecting the triumph of love, family, and community. Amy sits by the window, holding Jack on her lap, watching him drift to sleep. His small hand curls around hers, a silent reminder of why every struggle mattered. The camera slowly pans across the room, lingering on little details: the stack of thank you letters from the community, the carefully organized donations, and the soft flicker of lamplight bouncing off the walls. Everything tells the story of resilience and hope. Ty sits nearby, exhausted yet content, his arm around Amy. Their eyes meet, and in that quiet moment, no words are needed. Their relief, gratitude, and unspoken promises fill the space between them. Narration reflects on Heartland's long history. Through storms, heartbreaks, and challenges, one thing remains constant: their unwavering commitment to family and community. Every setback, every worry, and every sleepless night has reinforced a single truth: together, they can weather anything. Outside, the ranch is peaceful. The horses graze under the moonlight, fields stretching wide, safe and cared for. The narration emphasizes that Heartland is more than land and animals. It's a sanctuary, a home built on love, hard work, and shared struggles. Jack's treatment is back on track, the bills are covered, and for the first time in days, the family can breathe without fear. Yet the story leaves a gentle tension, a reminder that life is never simple. Challenges will come again, but the strength and unity shown here will always endure. Amy whispers to Jack as he sleeps, "No matter what happens, we'll always find a way." The camera shifts to Ty and Tim on the porch, looking out at the ranch, exchanging a quiet smile that says everything: they have faced the storm, and they have not fallen. Narration ties it all together, highlighting the emotional core of Heartland. The struggles may be real, the challenges may feel impossible, but love, courage, and community can turn the darkest moments into stories of hope. The final shot slowly fades to the wide expanse of Heartland under a starry sky, a symbol of peace, resilience, and a future full of possibilities. The audience is left with warmth, relief, and a lingering sense of connection to the family they've journeyed with. Through fear, uncertainty, and triumph, the story closes not just on a victory, but on a reminder: even when the world seems to be against you, the power of family and community can light the way. As the night deepens over Heartland, a calm settles across the ranch. The farmhouse glows softly, Jack sleeps peacefully, and the horses rest quietly in their stalls. But the events of the past days leave a mark not just on the family, but on everyone who has watched their struggle. Amy reflects silently, the weight of fear and relief mingling in her heart. She knows that challenges will always come, but she also knows that they are never faced alone. Ty stands beside her, hands intertwined, a quiet symbol that love and partnership can weather even the darkest storms. The camera slowly pans across the ranch, capturing the rolling fields, the barn, and the flickering lights of the house. Narration emphasizes that Heartland is more than a place, it's a legacy of resilience, compassion, and community. Every obstacle, every moment of fear, and every small victory is part of the larger story of what it means to protect the ones you love. The audience feels the emotional weight of the journey, understanding that while Jack's treatment has been saved this time, life on the ranch will continue to be full of challenges, triumphs, and heartwarming moments. A subtle tension remains, a whisper of what's next. Perhaps another financial challenge, another medical scare, or a new adventure on the horizon. The narration hints that Heartland's story is far from over, keeping viewers eager for the next chapter. Text overlays could flash softly on screen. What will the future hold for Heartland? Or Jack's journey is just beginning? This gentle tease keeps the audience hooked while ending on a hopeful note. Finally, the camera zooms in on Jack, smiling in his sleep, a symbol of innocence, hope, and the reason the family fights every day. Amy leans over, whispering softly, "We've got you always."